Howdy, everyone. Hillbilly Nation, this is American Hillbilly. How y'all doing out there tonight? Anyway, we got a great show planned here. We got a wonderful panel. And so, anyway, I'm going to bring these guys out here just little by little here, one at a time, because they're just great people. But first of all, I want to go over the room here and thank everybody that's out in the side chat. So, we got Garage Guy coming in first, and we got Kingpin. We got Tim S. See, we got AR Gun 1766. He's out here and also going to be in the panel. We got Rick Perry. Hey, Rick Perry, how you doing, buddy? We got Tactical Fud. We got MacMan. We got Reloading from the Hot Pot. We got Chris from the 740. We got Tactical Fud out there. How you doing, buddy? We got Mark Thomas. And we got Walter. Anyway, guys, I just want to thank you so much for being here tonight. And we also got G23 out there. We got Chicago, the Mike, the shooter. We got MCK. Man, we just got an awesome side chat here tonight. I just want to thank you all for being here. And anyway, we're going to bring on some panel here. First up, we got Gene, loading from the hot pot. How you doing, Gene?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a good
weekend. All right, buddy.
It's been a good weekend so far, and thanks for the invite, man. It's good to be here. We got a great
glad to have you,
and a great side chat happening.
Yes, we do. Well, anyway, up next here we got AR 1776. How you doing, Elliot?
Good. Thank you for having me, man. I'm honored. And,
oh, man, I'm so happy you can make it.
Great to be here. Good to see the side chat. Thanks so much, man.
You betcha. We also had R4 Mississippi Thunder jump in. Appreciate you, buddy. Also, we got tonight on the panel, we got Chris from the 740. How you doing, Chris?
Doing great, man. Thank you for the invite. I was looking forward to it.
All right, man. Just so happy to have you all here. We also have Jamie here. Let me get him put on here. How you doing, Jamie?
Better than I deserve. Happy Saturday night. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Thanks for having me. Thanks for throwing me a link.
You betcha. Anytime, buddy. Always glad to have you. We got somebody new on the panel tonight. And this guy, his name is Bubba, the Third Eye Blind Triclops. How you doing tonight, Bubba?
Howdy do, y'all. Howdy do.
Great to have you on tonight.
I'm glad to be here.
All righty. Well, we'll start just back up here, Gene. So, you want to introduce yourself and kind of what you do with your channel?
Hi, everyone. My name is Gene. I like to play with shiny things and freedom pills. I really enjoy my hair blowing in the wind on my motorcycle.
He enjoys nice breeze.
Great introduction, buddy.
Never heard it put that way.
He's not
woo! No, I'm not normal. But what you see is what you get.
There you go. That's real good. So, okay, Elliot, you want to tell a little bit about yourself or what your channel's about, buddy?
They call me AR. My name is Elliot. I used to ride motorcycles like Gene, let my hair blow back. I quit that. Just shooting, reloading. I do camping too and deer hunting. And whatever else. I'm retired, so I don't do a lot. And except stream and get in the side chat, which I love streaming. So.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's habit forming at first. When you first start getting into it, yeah.
All right, Bubba, would you like to tell a bit about yourself and what your channel's about?
I'm just a poor old country boy from Kentucky. I just like to show off some cheap guns.
I like
Hey,
all
there's
guns.
nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, I rather enjoy it. I just like to let people know that there's guns out there that are cheap. If they can't afford a price point, they shouldn't be denied their Second Amendment right.
You betcha. So, Jamie, you want to tell a bit about yourself and about what your channel's about?
Uh, I'm Jamie. I do mostly old guns. Seems like I like blued steel and walnut. It's kind of what I like. And, do a lot of videos about the older stuff in the collection and reloading, load development, stuff like this. And this first time I've been on a panel with Mr. Bubba, and I'd like to say hello to him and introduce myself. I'm Jamie. Nice to meet you. And I didn't get a chance to do this on the pre-chat, so
Well, nice to meet you, sir.
I'm not sir. I'm Jamie.
All
Sir is
right, Jamie. All right.
Mhm.
Sorry, I was
Now,
raised to call
listen,
everybody sir or ma'am.
Jamie, you know,
Well,
us with respect out there, we say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
I
Yeah,
know
That's
I
what I
was
was
raised.
We
raised.
also say please and thank you.
I know. That's the way I was raised. So when somebody calls me sir, it's like, dang, I am old.
I call everybody sir. I don't care their age. But that's enough
Yeah.
of that.
Good to see MCK and Mark Thomas and Chicago Mike and all you guys out in the side chat. We're glad you're here tonight.
oh,
Another
man.
thing I do, Bubba, is Friday nights we do the Georgia Shooting Connection live stream at 8
Great
o'clock.
show.
We we're trying to make Hillbilly a regular member of the panel, but I keep forgetting to send him a link. So I'm gonna have to write myself a note. And yeah, Chris's live stream on Wednesday nights is blowing up too, guys. If y'all not seen that, you need to check him out on Wednesday nights.
Oh, yeah. And, Jamie, do I need to get a post office box down there in Georgia to be able to join that, or Georgia Shooting Connection? Or
No, what you need to do is put my phone number in your phone and send me a text about lunchtime on Fridays and say, "Hey, man, I'll be at home tonight. Throw me a link." That's all it takes.
I
Or,
sure will, buddy.
and we have a Georgia Shooting Connection at gmail.com email. You can just send me anybody that's got reloading or gunsmithing or gun type questions. Y'all don't hesitate to send those to us. And topic ideas or people you'd like to see on the show, anything like that, just send us an email and love to hear from y'all.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Jamie. And so, anyway, Chris.
Does Bubba do any reloading? I'm sorry. Just
Oh,
one
that's
quick.
okay. Go right ahead.
I was going to ask Bubba if he does any reloading.
I was about to start on it. I was getting ready to get a whole setup for it. I wanted to reload 38 special because it's like crack out here. It's just gone off the shelves every single day. So I was planning on reloading 357 and 38 special. But right now, I do not have any setup.
Caliber.
Georgia Shooting Connection's a good place to go to learn how to do all that. I'll tell you that. And there's so many great reloading channels out here. I mean, reloading from the hot pot, AR. I mean, so many people does reloading channels, but the Georgia Shooting Connection is a great community to go to learn, and get tips and everything. So I highly suggest that, if you're interested in reloading or if you just want to have a good time, go visit that show.
And also, if you want to get into reloading, I work at a reloading supply in my town. It's called Republic Ammunition. You can
Oh,
get
awesome.
all your
Oh, yeah.
you can get all your powder, your pills,
Hmm.
your primers, your brass, everything you need at republicammunition.com.
All righty.
What state is that, Gene?
OH10.
Huh. You got Varget?
Yep.
Do you?
Yep.
Hmm. Cool.
Pounds and pounds of it.
All right. Last but not least, Chris, do you want to introduce yourself and tell everybody what your channel's about? Which I know most people know, but if you'd like to just give us a refresher course there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm Chris from the 740, and we do a lot of different stuff on the channel. We do reloading, competition shooting, gun reviews, optic reviews. We do a lot of stuff over here. Doing a lot of traveling now, going to different gun shows and events. So, yeah, just having a good old time over here.
All right. Well, the first topic I was wanting to bring up here, I don't know, some people seen the latest news, but anyway, since I trade the stock market for a living, I pay for a live feed of news that comes in. So, like your local TV channels, where they get their news, I get the same live news that they get because it makes a big difference, when it comes to the stock market. So earlier I seen it, and I just started seeing it come out on the internet and different things. We've had a third so-called UFO sighting in the northern continent. Is over Yukon, Canada there, and they shot it down. So this is a third one in a couple weeks. So the first one we had the balloon that just took a little 4-day vacation flight over the U.S. Before it finally made it to the east coast of their waters, and they shot it down. And then yesterday, they shot a so-called UFO car size, they said, over Alaska, and then now today over Canada. So I'm kind of just would like to bring that up, people's opinions or something. I mean, we got to kind of be nice on here. We can't throw out no conspiracy theories that's just totally outrageous or whatever. But, as a United States citizen, kind of what's your thoughts on this? I mean, is this something new that, other countries, we know the first one was from China. We don't really have news on the second and third one, but is this something that citizens, of the United States and people should be worried about? Or, I mean, just kind of what's your thoughts out there, and I'm going to talk to the panel, but also to the side chat, kind of post your thoughts. I mean, is this something that it's going to be a new normal, or, is it, of any type of threat, towards the United States, not right now, but maybe possibly in the future. So anyway, we'll just, Chris, since you're last there, if you got anything to say, we'll start with you and we'll work our way back around.
I don't know. I mean, I think other countries have been spying on each other for years. I don't know what triggered the balloon thing that got people so up in arms, but honestly, I think this stuff's been going on forever.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you start thinking about all the satellites floating around up there and everything. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the deal was, but I didn't get too alarmed about it, but I don't know.
All righty. Well, Jamie, you got any thoughts on that, buddy?
Probably more than you want to hear.
Yep.
Look, this is not. There's been worse things that's happened to us. We've been attacked on our own soil twice by uh, blatant attacks. 9/11 and Pearl Harbor, and those type of events. There's only one response. We lost what 3,200 people on 9/11 and about 2,800 people on December 7th, 1941. Um, I think a violation of a country's airspace is an act of war. Um, I think that it has not been handled. Uh, I don't think it's maybe an act of war is too harsh of a phrase. I think it is an act of war. I don't think it warrants you know an attack or anything like that. But I think it does uh, warrant um, charges with the UN. I think there needs to be discussions about it at the United Nations. I think sanctions should be in place against them, just like it was against the Russians. I think you remember when the Russians couldn't have athletes at the Olympics. I think those kind of embargoes are in order. Um, what scares me is that it seems to be, now y'all correct me if I'm wrong, it seems to be that they are why do we need balloons? We've got, like Chris said, we've got these satellites that cost mega millions of dollars that can get pictures of my car tag sitting in my driveway.
Yeah.
Why do we need these balloons that are so obviously, you know, thumbing their nose at us? Basically, I mean, you can't do nothing about it. Well, something needs to be done. I mean, seriously. I mean, we can't put boots on the ground or anything like that. But it, in my mind, China is planning to take over Taiwan, just like Russia planned and invaded the Ukraine. I think it's the exact same thing that's going on. Uh, both of them are independent and sovereign nations, and they were attacked on their own soil. I think China knows that the United States will not stand for such, but who can tell what we're going to stand for with the current administration? I'm sorry, I'm going to get you in trouble. I've said way too much already.
Well,
Get me out of here, Percy.
this is just our opinions. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, Bubba, you got any thoughts on this, buddy?
What's the limit on my language?
Well, we don't want this show to get taken off by YouTube, so
Right.
we can just leave it at that.
I'll just say our sleepy uncle in the White House doesn't know how to do anything whatsoever at all. So, I mean, I'm not surprised about the balloons thing. It makes no sense that they would send a balloon over here to begin with, unless they were planning a another coof attack. I guess I don't know. Uh, that's the only thing in my mind that they would have it because, and those satellites can't read your license plate. No, they can count how many acne pores you have on your body. Anyway, so yeah, Sleepy Joe was lazy as always. It should have been taken care of the second it was found. It was probably found like 2 or 3 months before it was found. Just saying. But
Yeah.
yeah, no. It does feel like an attack. I do kind of agree with Jamie on that. I do feel like that they're trying to attack us and stuff. But at the same time, I mean, it was going to happen anyway with how much our current I'm not going to say president. I'm not going to say president.
Yeah, administration.
Has been kind of bending over for China and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not a surprise to me.
All righty. Well, Elliot, what's your thoughts on this, buddy?
Oh, let me get started. I'm from the Cold War. I'm like Jamie. They've always did this stuff like this, but this is more in your face, more out there. That satellite, talking about satellites and the balloon, that balloon could collect more different information than what a satellite can. I believe it's related to Taiwan. They're eventually going to go in Taiwan and take it, and they're just collecting that, stuff for it. Intel. I believe that's coming. Now, Russia, now they think we're actually Putin. They say actually thinks he's at war with us anyway. So even though they're fighting Ukraine, because we're arming them, but it's not good. I got a little bit of an article here, and it says, I'll tell you a little what it says on here, what they have found out. It was monitoring U.S. communications was one thing. They can't monitor, apparently from satellites, some of those things. I forget what all a satellite can do. I hadn't read up on it in a long time. But we live in dangerous times. I believe there is going to be a war that's going to come soon. And that's just my opinion on that from growing up in the Cold War.
Yeah.
Russia's already saying they're going to nuke us. They actually, one of the, I won't call out the, who up there in the White House because that'll get you taken down. One leader in Russia actually stated that they should have shot a nuclear missile into out west to where no humans were at in the desert to send us a warning. Now, that's never been done, even in the Cold War days.
Yeah.
So it's getting pretty in your face. Spying with the balloons, China, Russia saying what they're saying. So things are more hot now, I'd say, than even the Cold War in some ways.
Yeah. Well,
or could go hot.
Yeah. Gene, you got an opinion on any of this, buddy?
Pure reconnaissance. That's all it is. The first balloon was allowed to fly over the entire country and flew over vital military installations, which really bothered me a lot. I think someone is just seeing what we've got left after everything we've given and do not have now. That's what I think. 3 of them over different parts. Yeah, definitely reconnaissance, feedback information. It shouldn't be tolerated. And I'm glad to see our brothers up north did not tolerate it. 1 iota. Where our illustrious leader did. He allowed everything. He let it all fly by. Literally. That's all I got to say about that. Unless I get real nasty. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I was pacing myself too.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll keep mine nice
me
and short and just direct.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really wanting to, discuss politics and all that stuff here because that's for sure one way that this show would never air. But the reason I thought I'd talk about this is because a lot of us have concerns, maybe one reason, or more of why we may support the Second Amendment. We, love our country. Many of people, on here are watching this, or their family members have, been in the military and defended this country, and others have done it other ways. But so that is the reason I kind of brought this up a little bit tonight here, and because that's kind of the same genre that a lot of it, the reason why we fight for our Second Amendment, and protect our country. So, my output on this, I mean, there's been a lot of you guys have said a lot of great stuff here on the panel and on the side chat. I agree with a lot of stuff that's been saying. It's kind of a maneuver to see what they can get by with to collect some more information. And one thing I can say that I am happy is that after the first one, as soon as the second one entered Alaska airspace, they shot it down. And then, be honest with you, I was real happy for Canada doing what they did. I wasn't for sure, from the gun laws that Justin has brought on to Canada and stuff, I wasn't for sure what, the reactions from Canada would be. But, I applaud, the Canadians, and them for, taking care of this, so, that's something that, I just thought that it'd be a decent topic tonight.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, I also want to tell everybody we'll be having a giveaway. So make sure you type in the side chat hashtag HBN7, HBN for Hillbilly Nation 7, to get entered in our giveaway. So anyway, everybody make sure you get that typed in. And anyway, we've had more people join over here. Man, I hope I don't miss anybody. We got since I called them out earlier, we got G23, we got Mark Thomas, we got Boomstick. Let's see here. Tactical Fud. We got Ozzy Orangeborn out there. See who else we got joined in here. So anyway, if I missed you, I'm sorry. I apologize. So anyway, right here's the hashtag. Make sure you get that in the side chat. And so another thing I was wanting to talk about tonight, since all of us, I assume, are supporters of our Second Amendment, and I'm going to bring that up here. Get this pulled up here. And so, I got thinking about the oath that, people are taking to defend, or to protect our Second Amendment. And so, we've all, many of us know this by heart, what the Second Amendment is. And it's a well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state, and the right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And so, if you look up shall not be infringed, it means it should not be changed. It can't be, just taken away. And so I got thinking about some things here. And so when, I went to the wrong one here. That's actually going to be our giveaway. So hang on here. Let me get back to the right screen.
It's a shame the politicians don't know what that word means.
Yep, it sure does. So anyway, here, let me get to this screen here. And so I got thinking, I looked up, so our police officers and stuff. I was just going to start with them as just kind of the first on the list. And I got this off of, it says they're usattorneys.com. Anyway, state and local police generally swear to the oath the United States Constitution, and anyway, that basically they will support and defend the Constitution under the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So, right there, our police, they are sworn, at least most of them, I assume, to uphold the Constitution. And so I went on here and I found military, and also on the oath of the military, it says here again that they'll support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So, that falls right on the, the same deal. And then I even looked up the oath of the ATF. So when somebody joins the ATF, guess what? They also swear to defend the Constitution of the United States against enemies of foreign and domestic. Then now I'm going to go on to the oath of office for the presidency. And not only is this the president, but it is also Congress members, state or, the Senate and the House. And in here, it also says, I will, to the best of my ability, to preserve and protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. So, that's one thing that just kept showing up, under all these authorities. They are sworn to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. And so, when the I'll pull it back up here. So when the Second Amendment, our Second Amendment, the Constitution of the United States, has to do with guns. So why are we having a problem with that? It just seems simple that, all the authority, that they are sworn to protect this against foreign and domestic. So I don't understand, why there is such a problem with it when that's right in their guidelines of what their job is. And so, without just getting political or, getting this show in any trouble, I kind of like to have your guys' comments, on the side chat and on the panel here. And Gene, we'll start with you, buddy. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, the government was supposed to represent the people. They do not represent the people and have not for generations. They represent themselves. It's a power grab. It's keep control of everybody, keep everybody under their thumb. Well, we don't like being under people's thumbs. I don't. I don't think anybody else here does either. Yes, they are sworn to uphold the Constitution of the United States, but they do not consider the Constitution to be what's the word I want? A legitimate object. Our country is very young, and this is all we have to help protect us is the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. That's all we have. And if they can take anything out of that, they will, because that takes control away from the people and gives the government more control. The more they take, the more they get, and the more we're back into a corner.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. Pretty much. I mean, I see what you're saying. So, Elliot, what have you got to say about this, buddy?
They pretty much give lip service to that oath. Most of the members of Congress don't even really know the Constitution. And you can call them and ask them, and some of them will tell you they don't know it. parts of it.
Yeah.
So it's most countries fail after after. I'm surprised we're falling now. I believe, but a lot of people don't realize that, but we are, and we'll become like Rome. We're falling now, but they just don't care. They get in there and do their agenda, and whoever puts them in there, their lobbies. Did you know that most members of Congress, I'll say this, Congress does not write bills. Everybody thinks that they write law. They have people that actually does that for them, and they'll write these lawyers and all that. They'll write these laws, stacks, and they'll put it on the floor if the senator, what is it, the like Mitch McConnell will bring it to the floor, and if it gets voted on, none of them have read it. Everybody knows that they don't read, but they don't even write laws. Actually, a lot of people think they do, but they don't. Everything's got so computerized now that Congress does not operate the way it used to. So that's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
So, Bubba, I'm excited to hear what you got to say about this, buddy, without getting the show kicked off YouTube.
And great topics. Hillbilly.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Great topics for that. No, I used to do little BM videos or whatever on my channel, and I actually stopped doing them because I got so colorful. Yeah, that's the word. But, you know, you got Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe doesn't do anything right. So, I mean, he calls it the AFT anyway. So, there's that.
That's alcohol, firearms, and tomatoes, I believe.
Yeah. And tomatoes. And little Timmy's, yeah. The ATF has never upholded anything that they were supposed to from the very beginning. NFA should have been repealed and should never went through to begin with. Yada, yada, yada. You know, I'm not going to get too deep into that. The ATF is only good at shooting other people's dogs. So, yeah, if you do anything to tick them off, make sure you hide Fido in a bunker or something. Because that's the first thing they go for. Not you. They go for the dog. They're hardwired and trained for that. But ATF and a lot of enforcement, congressmen especially, do not uphold their standards. Like Mitch McConnell, I cannot stand Mitch McConnell. I don't like what's the guy that just got in now, McCarthy. Don't like him either. Everybody's just like, oh, we should vote for him. It's like you guys do know that he was anti-Second Amendment for like the longest time, right? You guys do know that, right? But yeah, okay. He's a rhino too. He's a straight up rhino. So I was absolutely infuriated when everybody was just like, yeah, let's vote for McCarthy. Please. But no, none of them has upheld that standard at all. They're just power hungry. They don't care about anybody's rights, no matter what they say. Either side. I don't like either side. Republican, Democrat, do not care. All of them are turncoats. All of them will do whatever they can to just get money. They don't care. It's never been about which side is right or anything like that. That was just something that was devised and stuff. So that's my thought. I'm a libertarian. So
me too.
I don't trust any form of government whatsoever at all. Dang sure don't trust the one in there right now.
Yeah.
I did like Trump, but that's about as far as I go. But
yeah, and with that, we're trying to not put politics in this too much here, which I understand the question I asked is, has a lot to do with politics. I think, at one point there's people that go in there with really good ideas and, wanting to, make a difference. But then when they get in there, it's like, they're up against such a big army that, a lot of times they can't get anything done, by themselves. And so, hopefully, as Americans, when we all go to the voting booth and we just, try to get, more people in there that kind of run along with the same agenda as, we the people do. And, so hopefully, that'll eventually happen. I don't know. But so anyway, Jamie, what you got to say about this, buddy?
I pretty much said it in the side chat there. Yeah, we're over there talking about, possibly being at war on two fronts against China and Russia at the same time. And, our people sworn to defend the Constitution, but they're not. Congress, um, the House of Representatives is responsible for the physical side, as you well know, Hillbilly.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they appropriate funds is their main thing, and the Senate is supposed to write laws or whatever. Um,
Not the
but
ATF.
well, no, they're not. They're not members of Congress. They have no right to write laws.
Yeah, I agree with you, buddy.
But they're uh, they're hacking the Constitution to pieces. Not just the Second Amendment, but throughout. And yeah, Bubba says he's a libertarian. I wish we had better people running. Uh, one one of the talk shows I listened to this week said that what we should do is increase the money we pay our politicians so that we could attract better quality candidates for office. Yeah, my reaction exactly. But the truth of the matter is, I've had time to think about it. I thought, that might not be a bad idea in exchange for term limits. In other words, we'll pay you $350,000 a year as long as when you leave, you leave. We ain't paying you a cent more. You're on Social Security just like everybody else, and you're on Obamacare just like everybody else. See, we've got professional politicians now. That was not the design of the Constitution. It was designed to have citizen servants. You go up there, you help your country, like joining the military, and then you go your butt back home and go back to your real job and make a real. And we've slipped so far away from that. And when you got professional politicians up there, at that point in time, you're hacking the Constitution. And another thing, back in the day when they wrote the Constitution, the time that Congress was in session was what, 60, 90 days?
Very short time.
Yeah, very small.
They're up there the whole year now, messing stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Number one thing of fixing cars, you can ask Elliot. If it works, don't mess with it. Yep. And if there's a crime, I want to see the victim. And y'all think about that for a while. Anyway, I'm talking way too much. You get me too fired up. Chris is next.
Well, Chris, what do you got? Anything to say on this, buddy?
Oh, I got a lot I could say. That's why I don't ever talk about this stuff on my chat. I don't ever get political.
I have way more. I just don't extend it out. I keep quiet and just say small things.
Yeah, and I understand that, and I didn't really want to touch the subject a whole lot, but I thought, we have a voice the same as the opposing side. And so, if you're out there now or you're watching a rerun of this, I mean, this is our opinions, and we have the right to that, and you have the right to your opinions. And and that's
You
what
don't,
makes
though.
America America. And so this is our opinions, and and that's pretty much it. So anyway, Chris, would you like to continue there, buddy?
Uh, in a nutshell, if the biggest way to think about this is the majority of this country hates everybody on this panel. They hate the Constitution and they hate the country.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just the way it is.
True.
And if we go back to the virus, over 50% of this country was perfectly okay with the government telling you when you had to be back at your house at night. They were fine with curfews. They were fine with not being able to go out to restaurants, telling you had to wear a mask no matter where you went. So over half of the country was okay with that. You have what happens in Washington, D.C. We go back to talking about standing up for our rights, but the problem is the people on this panel, the people in the side chat, if you do stand up for the Second Amendment, you're a domestic terrorist in this country now. That's what you got labeled as.
Yeah.
We've peaked and we're on a runaway train going downhill, and honestly, there's no stopping it. We eventually will probably lose all of our rights in this country because there's a bigger majority of the people out there that want us to lose all those rights. It's sad, but I don't really think voting's going to help. We can sit and beat the 2A thing, but you're speaking to it's always, you're just speaking out to the choir on it. I mean, in all honesty, the only thing that's going to fix it is violence. And that's why I don't ever talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, and I do understand it's a touchy subject, for a lot of people on both sides. And I thought long and hard about, putting up the questions that I had tonight, because I know it can really get off balance, or, people can get basically shamed for, their, freedom of speech, and and that's not right. And so after I got thinking about it, I'm like, we have the same opportunity and to support or to put out our opinions as well. And so when we do, hopefully, somehow we can touch the other side, or people that's just maybe in the middle. I don't know if that will ever happen. But, I'm willing to try, the best I can, because, we don't want the last option to come about. I don't believe none of us want that. And so, my opinion on this is, I kind of stated there at the beginning, we need to protect our Constitution. That is what America was based on. That's what it is founded on. And as I pointed out at the beginning of this, every enforcer above the American citizen has sworn an oath to protect this Constitution. What kind of, if you think about it, what's kind of funny, I think about this because I like humor and this and that. So, I'm thinking there, like, if as a group or whatever, if we was there when they were writing out the Constitution, I like to think, well, they come out, okay. First Constitution, we're going to do is we have the right to the freedom of speech. Everybody's like, yeah, I agree with that. Everybody should be able to say what they think. And somebody goes in the background, goes, "Hey, hang on a minute. Somebody might get upset over that." And they're like, "Yeah, you're right." So what should be our second one? Well, we should let those people have the right of freedom of speech to be able to defend themselves. you know, I mean, to me, that's just like common sense, And so, we should be able to defend ourselves against, enemies, foreign and domestic, and, and be able to protect our own person and our own family. And without that Second Amendment, it's going to be hard to do because we've seen, throughout history in other countries that they don't have that Second Amendment that we have. And so they're not able to defend themselves or their families and stuff. And so, I just, hopefully maybe people's watching this on a rerun or something. And, they just give a little bit of thought about that, about what we've said, as a group and a side chat, and, just kind of have an open mind about it. That, things like this is something that, uh, shouldn't be infringed upon, because it makes America what America is. And I don't know about everybody else, but, I'm very thankful that I live in America and, that I have the rights and the freedom that I do. So,
Well, Hillbilly, think about this. The Constitution, Bill of Rights, and all of our founding documents were written by men in their 20s. So men in their 20s in the 1700s had more sense about themselves than men in their 20s do in the 2000s.
You ain't kidding.
Boy, if that ain't the damn truth.
yeah.
In their 40s and 50s. And I want to say one more thing, and then I'm going to bow out and go inspect my eyelids for cracks. My Congress lady is Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yep.
Think about that. And if you want to know why I'm so opinionated, is my neighbors sent that woman to Congress. So I'm gonna say good night, y'all.
Night.
Hey, thank
Well,
y'all.
Jamie,
I've been
Night,
on the
Jamie.
road. I've been on the road all weekend. I'm wore out. So
Have a good
well,
one.
Jamie, thank you so much for being on tonight. And before you go, is there anything you want to plug for your channel and stuff?
no,
Or Georgia Shooting Connection?
I already talked about Georgia Shooting Connection. Friday nights 8:00. We're talking war over there. We don't want to go there. Just like we don't want the Second Amendment confrontation to eventually end up in what I'm afraid it's going to end up in. We don't want bloodshed at home or abroad. And what we need to be doing is finding common ground and things that we can unite about in the world, not just here in America, but all over the world. We need to be loving each other instead of killing each other. But yeah, and I did a video last week on I reworked the shotgun, and if y'all hadn't seen it, I'd appreciate it. If y'all go over to my channel and check that out. I worked pretty hard on that video, so I'll leave y'all with that. And again, I'll thank you for having me on tonight. And Bubba, it's a pleasure and an honor meeting you, sir.
Nice meeting you, sir.
All right,
Good night,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Good
Night,
night,
Jamie.
buddy.
Have a good one.
I'm
If,
gonna bow out next because I've got an early morning appointment and then I got work in the afternoon. But man, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. I'm going to inspect my eyelids for cracks too, and pinholes. Bubba,
All right,
nice
Gene,
meeting you. I subbed you. If everybody out there would sub my new channel, which is still called by the same name, just in case it goes south and I do not get my old channel back, I'm going to be posting on my current one more and more and more. So thanks everybody. Nice side chat, great panel, and it's been great to be a part of it. I hope everybody has a blessed Sunday.
Good night, Gene. Love you, brother.
Night, Gene. Thanks for
Night,
coming
Chris.
on, buddy.
Hi, buddy.
Thanks. Bye.
Later, Gene.
And on Jamie's video that he's talking about, if any of the moderators out there could throw that particular video link out there and make sure everybody gets over and watches that for Jamie. He said he's put in a lot of work on that and everything, and it's a great video. So I suggest if you haven't seen it, then make sure you jump over there and see it. So anyway, next topic. We're through with all the politics, all that stuff. We're gonna have a little fun here. So
Hey, I had more to say on it.
well, if you got more to say, you're more than
go
welcome
ahead.
to say it, Elliot. You betcha, buddy.
Yeah.
No, you're welcome.
I do got one thing. I do got one thing to say.
Yeah.
I believe if I ever built a time machine, I would go back in time and tell the forefathers, write the Second Amendment as if you're writing it to a toddler.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Well,
It's like, trust me, it'll be handy in the next few years.
yeah. Write it on a big chief tablet with crayons, and you betcha. And Elliot, did you say you had something else you'd like to say there, buddy?
Yeah, the problem you just hit on, Bubba, what you said is the left are, what is it? What do they call themselves? Progressives, which are basically socialists. They believe the Constitution is not set in stone. They believe this living, breathing document that should change with the times. That's the problem. That's how they're getting around this and ignoring it and going in there and upholding, swearing. And then, no, I don't believe in it. I believe in it, but I believe it's changed. It's not for our time. Like the Second Amendment, we don't need that. We got a military now. First Amendment, maybe. The other amendments, that's the issue with the left. So I just want to throw that in there. And I meant earlier about the bills that's drafted in Congress. I meant the lobbyists are the one that gets the bills up, and they end up handing it over to Congress and getting it voted on. A lot of people don't know that. That's what I meant to say earlier, and I didn't throw that in there. I kind of forgot. So excuse me for that.
Yeah. Yeah, you betcha. And thanks for putting that link out, guys, to Jamie's video there. So, guys, make sure you go over there and watch that. Jamie's a great guy. He's got a great channel. Mm-hmm. And see.
But I fooled Bob. He said I wouldn't be awake this late.
You're,
Bob.
Yeah, you're putting it to him, ain't you, buddy?
Yep.
So, Bald and Curious has a question for the panel. All the talk about Constitution. How many panel members were in D.C. on the 6th?
None of us, because we're not Fed agents. So, yeah, we're not undercover policemen either. So it definitely wasn't us. Who were let into the building with the doors wide open. Just saying, it wasn't us at all.
Well, so anyway, the next topic here got brought up. Actually, Elliot, we'll just start with you there, buddy. So you name a few of your action movies that you really liked. I said with guns. I guess they don't have to have guns, but kind of, what, like maybe some older ones and maybe some of the new ones that you've seen or something that you just really enjoyed watching.
God, I forgot most of the names of them.
That's also for the side panel, man. Put it out there. What was some of your favorite action movies?
Growing up would be John Wayne's movies. A lot of people don't like John Wayne. They think he could not act, but he knew how to act. He wanted to portray that character. I liked his last movie where he gets killed. I forget the name of it though. I can't think of it now. You guys in the science? Yes, The Shootist was a good one. And I grew up with Gunsmoke. That was a TV show though. It wasn't action. So that's one of my first entrance into guns was watching Marshall Matt Dillon draw that single action.
Oh yeah.
Current action movies, Bruce Willis, I like some of his stuff. Clint Eastwood, if he does anymore. He's getting to age now where he can't. I liked his Western a few years back. I actually got awards. What was that? See, it's late and I told you I'd forget. I'm having brain farts. Excuse me. What was that movie he did? He got awards for it here a few years ago where he played that former drunken rowdy guy. You guys in the side chat help me out here.
I'm trying to think. The last movie I remember of his that I really liked, and which maybe I ain't seen the one you're talking about, was that Gran Torino. And then,
he did one where it was a Western. He played a mean, reformed outlaw or a gunfighter. Can't remember the name of it now. God, it was a big movie too. Years ago. Anyway, if you guys on the side don't remember, I surely don't remember the name tonight. But it was a good one. Yeah, in Cowboys, that was a show he did. He had some young guys in that one.
Yeah, Heartbreak Ridge, that was a
great
one
that
too.
was great. I like that one.
Movie.
I still can't believe I can't remember that name of that movie. It'll come to me. When it does,
People saying Unforgiven.
That's it, Unforgiven. Yeah,
Unforgiven. Okay.
Yes, that was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Won awards. No, that was really a good one. They say the movie, now this has been a few decades, the one to portray the West in the most realistic way regarding costumes and stuff was Tombstone back in the 90s. Believe it or not, people think that's not true, but that's true. That part is.
Yeah, and I did read that spinoff of Yellowstone. What was it?
1888 or 1883?
Yeah, whatever that is. The same producer, writer, whatever, that did Yellowstone, he does this. And if you ever get a chance to watch any behind the scenes or anything about him and the making of those movies, it was really, really cool because he went as far as like everybody's in that show. They went to a ranch, a real live cowboy ranch. They learned how to ride horses. All the costumes, they were made out of basically the same exact material that they would be wearing at the time. And a few of the actors made comments like, yeah, man, mine was made out of like wool and stuff. It's hot and itchy, and just miserable. But, that was just, how it was. And so I always like I always respect movies, like you said, that really like Tombstone and stuff that really take the extra mile to make everything authentic and really how it was. And so I think that's always a great deal on a movie, regardless of what it was.
Taylor Sheridan, he's the one that did Yellowstone. I've watched every spinoff he's done. There's another one coming up too about Bass Reeves.
Yeah.
Gonna be a good one.
Yeah. And I believe did he have something to do actually, like was he grown up on a ranch or a farm or something? I believe I may have heard that. Yeah.
He was
an actual, horse riding person and and all that stuff. And man, I'm just going to take a minute and I'm going to name off some of these shows that Side Chat's putting out. I mean, man, there's been so many of them that just brings back great memories. Got
Mm-hmm.
see John Wayne, he dies in the Cowboys, and actually, I believe John Wayne only died in 3 movies. Cowboys is one of them, and off the top of my head, I cannot remember the other 3.
Shootist.
The Shootist.
Shootist. He died there.
And then we got Heartbreak Ridge, Commando, Unforgiven, Pale Rider, No Country for Old Men. See Jeremiah Johnson, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I love that.
That's a classic.
Yes, it is. I've seen their Outlaw Josie Wales. That was just, amazing. And I believe Chris, when he was at that last show there, he got to film some Hollywood movie guns. And if you guys ain't checked that out yet, go to Chris's channel and check that out. And I believe the pistols there was from Outlaw Josie Wales, wasn't it, Chris? One of those you filming?
Yeah. Yeah, they had the American sniper gun there. The Outlaw Josie Wales. I can't remember what the other one was. Yeah. That was pretty cool. I'd like to go to that museum. That's
Speaking
gotta
of
be
that,
Mhm.
True Grit. That was one of the guns, I believe, that you filmed there too.
He won an award for that one, True Grit. He said if he had known it took a patch to do it, he did it years ago. An eye patch.
Yeah, man, there's some great shows there. So Bubba, he kind of covered a lot of the old westerns, and also Elliot. I mean, that growing up watching those old westerns, I believe made me the revolver fan that I am today.
Me too.
I mean, I love automatic pistols, semi-automatic pistols, and stuff like that. But man, I just have a place in my heart for revolvers. I don't know what it is. And the only thing I can think of is, I mean, it's not like my dad or grandpa, they had revolvers, but it's not like they were just big on them, one way or the other. But, just there's a place in my heart for revolvers. And I mean, when, there can be, a honey badger sitting there, at a gun show, and then a couple really nice revolvers, newer and older. And, I'm going towards those revolvers, I mean, that's just how, where the heart follows. So anyway, Bubba, what do you got to say, buddy?
So one of the first movies or whatever that I watched as a kid, and this is going to come as a shock to a lot of people because I'm only in my 30s, was Sergeant York. Sergeant York was one of the first movies, and still one of my favorite to this day. I absolutely adore that movie. As far as action movies goes, for old ones, Gunsmoke, like he mentioned. Lone Rider, the Virginian, Ponderosa, all of them, Bonanza. Let's see, just so many to list.
Have Gun Will Travel. That was an old
Have Gun Will Travel. Outlaw Josie Wells is one of my favorite. Tombstone, believe it or not, was one of my favorites. Like one of the first westerns I actually watched as a kid. And I absolutely loved it. One, I just love Val Kilmer's version of Doc Holliday because I've always read about Doc Holliday. But Val Kilmer did a killer job. Killer job all the way through it. Kurt Russell did a good job too,
Oh, yeah.
So that movie was spot on, and you can't go wrong with Sam Elliott either.
No.
Can't go wrong with Sam Elliott. Something about that man, I don't know. It's the mustache. It's the mustache.
Beef. That's what's for dinner.
But as far as new movies, John Wick, I like John Wick series. just because the gunplay, like he actually trained to do gunplay. It wasn't some made up like Hollywood bullcrap. Like he actually went to Terran Tactical in California and stuff like that, which is odd that Terran Tactical's in California. But but yeah, he actually did actual training. Halle Berry did it too whenever she went to do 3 with him. So I absolutely love that. There was not really that many mistakes as far as the gun is concerned, because as gun guys, I think a lot of us do it. Like that gun doesn't do. That's not how the gun works. That's not how that gun works. I do that all the time when I'm watching any of these. Like it was like, oh, this is the most powerful rifle, and the guy hands him an AR-15. I'm just like, that's a glorified 22, right? Don't sit there and try to tell me what terminal ballistics are on an AR-15. No, shut up. Let's go. Get an actual gun. You shooting a 45-70 government? Okay, now you're doing some damage. All right, let's move on from there. But but like most movies I watch, I have to have if there's an action movie, it has to have decent gunplay. It has to actually know what they're talking about when they're talking about guns. Yeah, I wanted to see Rust, but Alec Baldwin shot his producer, so
maybe he should have went to Turn Tactical and did a little.
Yeah, he should. He definitely should have. It's like I never would have pulled the trigger. That's a single action gun, sir. That's a single action gun. All right, that's yeah. Anyway, but no, John Wick's probably one of my favorite new movies. I did like the Red series that Bruce Willis did. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And let's see. There was one more, and as many stupid things as in the movie. The Tomorrow War was pretty good. I actually liked that. They thought 6-inch barrels on ARs was smart, but to penetrate something with strong hide. But whatever. But no, I actually like that one too. I'd say, yeah. There's a Big J down there from Gun and Wild. Like, yeah, I can't wait for 4 to come out for John Wick. That's going to be,
Yeah.
that's going to be nice.
Oh yeah, we can't forget about the Terminator. And speaking of Bruce Willis,
Yeah.
my wife was just telling me the other night, and I didn't know this, that he has some type of cognitive disease or something that he probably won't be ever making any movies again. And that's kind of sad. I'm a big fan of a lot of his action movies. I mean, you got the Die Hards and all that stuff, and and so it is sad that I know that a lot of people, such as Bruce Willis, and then Clint Eastwood really getting up there in years, so a lot of these great actors are not probably going to be making any more movies, or not very many more movies. So, I hope, we have the younger actors can stand, fill their shoes somehow, which they probably can't fill them completely, but at least step up, So, anyway, Chris, what's some of the movies that you've really enjoyed over the years?
If we go back to when I was a kid, so I was born in the 70s, so growing up in the 80s. So my dad was a huge boxing fan, and my dad was a big Boston Celtics fan. So living in Ohio, my dad bought one of those massive ass satellite dishes that we had out in our yard. So I watched a lot of movies growing up. My parents were never home, so nothing got censored. So I could pretty much watch whatever I want. But I was a big movie buff when I was a kid, but man, I could go on and on about favorite movies when I was a kid. God, Apocalypse Now was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah,
I love the Death Wish movies. I was a big Charles Bronson fan. All the Mad Max movies. Um, I like the missing in action movies that Chuck Norris did. Those were always fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Schwarzenegger movies would go, Commando, Terminator 1 and 2, they were both great. Yeah, I mean, I could go on and on and on about movies.
Can you throw RoboCop in with Terminator?
Oh man, I forgot about that one. Yeah, I probably watched that 50 times growing up. That was great. Yeah, man, I don't know. I was into everything: the action movies, the horror movies, foreign horror movies, um, crazy off the wall stuff. Night of the Comet, that was one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. What was the movie Roddy Piper did?
Hell Comes to Frogtown or They Live.
They Live. I love that one growing up. Yeah, Woods just put the Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was another great one.
Oh man, yeah, that's.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually have a server in my house that is completely full of movies, and we have this program that we can run it all through the house. So we watch a lot of movies here. They Live. Yeah, G Webb's just said it. That was a good one. Yeah, Night of the old black and white version of Night of the Living Dead. I loved that one growing up. Yeah, I love movies.
Yeah, and there's so many good movies, and
all the Rambos. We can't forget about
Rambo. The Rambos. Yeah,
Oh.
I mean that literally Rambo was. I was already kind of shooting bow and arrow at the time, but that really made me step up my game when Rambo come out. You know.
Oh, I forgot one. I forgot an old movie that I liked. It's what? Dirty Dozen.
Hell yeah.
Dirty Dozen. I forgot that was one of my other favorite older movies.
Yeah, Ball just threw Platoon out there. That was a good one.
Oh yeah. Vampire.
Even the comedies back then there were so many good ones. Caddyshack. What was the one that you hardly ever hear anybody talk about it? Tom Hanks with Bachelor Party. That movie was funny as hell. Giving the donkey quaaludes at the party, and yeah, man, there's so many good movies in the 80s.
Police Academy.
Police Academy. Mark brought up Blazing Saddles. That's one that can't be shown again.
Yeah, that would not make it in today's world. No, that one absolutely would not.
Well, Boomstick.
Yeah, you can't forget about Richard Pryor. I mean, the toy. What was the one he did with Gene Wilder? See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Yeah, Hear No Evil, See No Evil. Yeah.
Yeah, Pryor was awesome.
Yeah. Boomstick. You said Kelly's Heroes. I also like throwing there Hogan's Heroes too.
I see nothing. I know nothing.
All Stripes. Oh man.
Yeah, Stripes was a good one. So what are you doing? Arbitrated.
Stir crazy.
And that was another one they did together.
Yeah. Man, but when you brought up earlier Sergeant York, there's a lot of people that had not seen that, and we have it on DVD, you know. And just every now and then I'll just a few hours kill, I'll break that out and I'll watch it. And some of my like ones that I have on either VHS still or DVD are oh man, let me see. Silverado. Some of these are long movies. But Silverado, that was always a great one. Right off the top of my head, I cannot think of the one with Ricky Strider and that Western. Oh my goodness. it was like a mini. A lot of these were like a mini series where it was like 3 hour and a half shows. It had
Lonesome Dove.
yeah, Lonesome Dove. That's it. Yeah, and so sometimes I just break those out and just watch them. And I mean, it takes a good part of the day to watch some of those shows.
That's a good show.
Oh, geez.
Oh, dear God in heaven, man.
They redid Westworld too. It got canceled. I watched some of it here recently, several seasons. It was wild. Whoa.
Yeah, Evil Dead. Evil Dead series was good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Ash versus the Evil Dead's better.
Bruce Campbell with a chainsaw.
I didn't watch Westworld. My wife loved it.
Wow, it was a trip.
Yeah, she said it was wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Garage Guy. I said Dirty Dozen. That's one of my other favorite movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, when I was a little kid, I mean, I was fairly young. I watched Planet of the Apes, and no lie, it kind of scared the crap out of me.
Get
'Cause
yourself
I've been to
down
the
ugly.
zoo, and I'm like, man, tell me this can't happen.
You maniacs. Anyway.
It made you think.
Yeah, it did. Now the newer, I say newer. It's been what 5, maybe I don't know how many years ago. The newer Planet of the Apes that was a pretty decent show though too. Or I think was it the Planet of the Apes is a spinoff of it or something. Which it didn't have anything to do. It's just with that movie, but
yes, Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell's the man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen the new All Quiet on the Western Front yet? I need to sit down and watch it. I've got it here. I just have not sat down and watched it yet. I heard it's really, really good.
Check it out.
So Garage Guy nailed this. He said the Planet of the Apes was the original High Point carbine.
Yes, they were.
That's why they're so good. They've been around all this time, buddy. And oh boy,
I won't say anything. I've never had any luck at a High Point.
One thing good about the side chat, if you have a brain fart, they'll help you out.
Yeah, you betcha. Well, I've got High Point carbines, and they've been really good for me. But I know there's some trouble with some pistols before. But as soon as I can get one, I am getting the new High Point 10 millimeter.
That I probably will get. That one I probably will get. Like I said, there's some guns that are for me, some guns that are not. Like I hate Glock. I can't shoot a Glock. My hands are too big. My wrists are too big.
I don't like them.
Yeah, well, that's one thing about guns is they need to fit you personally. You gotta be comfortable. With the grip. With everything, and so there's no doubt about that. So anyway, guys, remember. So I'll go ahead and throw the banner up again real quick. Make sure you get in the giveaway here. We're going to have it here in just a few minutes. So make sure you type in hashtag HBN7 and we will be getting that giveaway here pretty soon. So
I want a basic Marlin lever action when they come out. 30-30. I love that gun.
Oh man. Yeah.
Nice rifle.
That one G23 just popped up out there. That new FN 510, man. I picked that up at SHOT Show. That gun is it's so nice. I think I'm gonna have to. They're expensive, but I gotta get that one.
Yeah. Um, something that I am going to, I, I really want to get um, at least one or two is a lever action 357 because
Nice.
I have some revolvers and that and stuff, and so I really like having some of the same guns that shoot the same rounds, and so I like that. And speaking of guns, I don't think anybody mentioned as far as movies, but the iconic Dirty Harry, movie. I mean,
Classic.
that was a great show. Also,
I want the 44 mag lever action. 'Cause I used to
yeah,
shoot that. He used to shoot that back in the 70s when I was a kid.
yeah,
Fun gun. Of course, I shot a lot of other things too.
yeah. Which is, I think, kind of a failure. Was that Automag? That they had. I've seen some videos. I've never shot one, but I've seen some videos, and it kind of has a cycling and jamming problem and stuff. But anyway, Taps, the movie Taps and Outsiders. Oh man, Outsiders. I think every person in that movie, as a teenager, end up becoming a, big star. And also, I don't think anybody mentioned Red Dawn.
Oh man, yeah.
That was another great movie.
Not to be confused with the new one, which is absolutely terrible.
I haven't watched the new
I've
one.
not seen the new one.
We're gonna get a comment out there from G Webs now. He brought up Red Dawn. I don't know how we forgot that one. That's a classic.
I went to the drive-in and seen that one.
Oh, I miss the drive-ins.
If I could, I'd find every copy of the new movie and I'd set it on fire. It was atrocious. It just really it infuriated me.
Was it
I
like
haven't watched it.
politically correct or something, or what?
A little bit of that, and a little bit of that's not how that gun works, and a little bit of, hey, why is that guy in that guy's role when he's a lot of that.
There's just certain movies you can't remake. You can't possibly make them any better, and that was definitely one that they remade.
Yeah.
They never had any business doing.
What about Deadwood? What do y'all think about Deadwood?
I haven't ever sat down and watched that.
I like
I don't think it's any of your business what's wrong with. Never mind.
Al Swearinger throwing bodies to the pigs. Oh man.
One thing I'd like to bring up: does anybody remember in Red Dawn? In the movie, the Russians, was doing an attack, and does anybody remember what the Russian leader told the guy where to go to find out who had firearms?
Yeah, he said go to local gun store and search for the 4473.
Exactly. So they knew about it in this movie, and that was back when did that show come out? The 80s?
1984, I believe.
Wow. And they knew where to go to find out who had guns.
And I'll say one more thing about Red Dawn. You got to give props to their department or whatever for the guns and stuff. Because one, it was a low budget movie. Two, we weren't allowed to import AKs in the 80s. We really weren't. like and the stuff that they were using was like Type 1 Gen 1s. They made up a Browning 50 cal to look like a Dishka. They did all kinds of other stuff or whatever to make these look like actual Russian guns. And they had low budget, and they did this. So props to them.
Props to the props department, huh?
Yeah, props to the props. Of the props. Because of the props.
I remember that too, Boomstick.
Yeah, Boomstick was a criminal at a young age there. digging underneath the back fence of the drive-in movies. Back then, with me it didn't happen, but I remember like my parents talking about, all the cars back then, had a trunk space that you could live in, and about how, everybody would pile on the trunk and then one person would pay going into the drive-in. And when they got in there, they'd open the trunk and let everybody out. So that was always good stories to hear. But yeah, I love the drive-in movie theaters. That was always a lot of fun. Shawshank. Yeah, remake of Shawshank, if they could do it right, would be good.
I like Green Mile as well. Green Mile was another one.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate it because Michael Clark Duncan's dead now, so it's just like, oh no.
Yeah.
I have stories I could tell you about the drive-in, but I'll keep quiet.
I say that's the funny part. As young as I am, I actually was around to see them actually close down because we still had a bunch of them out here when I was like 8 or 9, and I remember when they started closing. We actually still have one left. We still have one left that actually operates out here in Kentucky, and I'll go to it every once in a while. They have like a double matinees and stuff like that sometimes. So
yeah, we still got a real popular one in, like right in between where Gene lives and I live. They do a double feature every weekend. It's a real popular place still.
I never like going indoor theaters. Don't know why. I don't care for it.
I don't like it either. Everybody's farts are condensed. If I'm in the room, you got to get out. I don't care how big the room is, you got to run.
My uncle took me back to Westerns back when I was a kid, and it was 25 cents, like on a Saturday. To see
wow.
Quarter.
Yeah.
Take care, Mark.
Gun Wild. The last one we had drive-in, it was a swap meet, during the day, and then movie theater, and then they finally closed down. And it's still a swap meet. And Mark, good night, buddy.
Night, Mark.
That's another amazing man, Mark. I love Mark to death.
Oh man,
good guy.
He has a great talent with the leather, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm fascinated every time I see it.
I'm getting sleepy.
Got we're
fixing to do the drawing and get out of here
too. Like, it's cool seeing Jeff out there from Gun Wild, man. I love his channel. Boomstick's channel is just awesome. I look forward to every video he puts out. That new one today was awesome. Oh, it's 22 pistols.
Yeah. Because of him, I went out and bought something else while I was at the range.
Yeah.
Dang it, Boom!
Yeah, he has that effect on people.
Yeah, he does. He's got a great channel. And if anybody's listening and hadn't checked out Boomstick, man, go check him out. Bald Curious brought up first movie seen was Commie ZZ was an alien. But I don't know. There's some of these old movies. I don't know if anybody remembers these that like were just so low budget and so off the wall. I literally remember watching more than once a movie called Jesse James versus Frankenstein.
No. I got one for you. It's Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
They called them B movies, I think.
No, this wasn't even a B movie. This was a straight up C movie.
D movie.
It might have actually been an F.
F movie.
It was funny though. It was F for funny because it was funny. It was supposed to be serious, but no, it was over.
Well, everybody make sure in that giveaway And I Smoking the Bandit, Star Wars, yeah, those are all good shows too.
May Burt Reynolds rest in peace.
Smoking the Bandit made Sally Field. Even though she had
man.
been in movies for years, that really what launched her back in the day.
It also made whatever kids she had.
So anyway, we have I'm giving away this this tactical knife again. I've been giving away for a while. These are not just like fine craftsmanship, high dollar knives, but they're great to have in the console of your car and a range bag or something. And I'm paying for these. This is not a sponsorship deal. But it's just a really cool knife, versatile knife. And I thought that was really, really neat that, I could give away on this channel. But anyway, it has a little LED light on it. It's got a glass breaker. It's got a magnesium fire starter stick on it, bottle opener, just, a bunch of neat little things on it. And so anyway, I've been giving away on this channel. And anyway, until I can find something else that's kind of pretty neat like that, different to give away. I'll continue to give those away for a while. But before we do this giveaway, I also am going to do a little promo here. Thanks to, so many great people out there. I hit 500 subs, now I'm a little past it. And thank you guys so much. And so I am going to be doing the biggest giveaway I've done on this channel. And I will announce what the prizes are, and I am going to do the giveaway next Saturday night on this live. So you want to make sure you attend that, because we ain't gonna have no politic talk or nothing. We're just gonna have a good time, and we'll have some giveaways. Not only am I going to give away the 500 sub giveaway prize, but I will also give away some prizes for the chat here also. And so to be entered in that giveaway, you just have to be subscribed to my channel. And then the last, not the last video, but the last few videos ago, I put out a video called Balloon Practice, and on there I announced the giveaway. And so if you're subscribed and you go on that video and you comment 500 baby, then you'll be entered in that contest. And I'm also going to be putting out a video this week about the giveaway and all that. And so you'll also have a chance to comment 500 baby in that one. And so that would get you entered in the contest, and we'll be doing the giveaway here live next Saturday night. So if you want to get over to that video and watch the next one coming up, you get entered in that. And, I just want to have a good time. I enjoy, the community of YouTube and the gun channels a lot. I've met so many great friends on here. And so I just want to give a little something, back to people that watch the channel and, help support it and everything. So anyway, I sure appreciate that a lot. So anyway, let's get on to the giveaway tonight. I hope everybody's got entered here, and we will do this giveaway. So we have 16 entries. So let's spin the wheel here and see who it's going to be tonight.
Come on.
Mark
Oh,
Thomas.
Mark
Thomas.
won again.
Congrats, Mark. He just left.
He just went to sleep.
This is He has won this before.
Wow.
Well, congratulations, Mark. New York Outcast ain't in here to yell rigged, rigged. So somebody's just going to have to yell that, for him.
I think him and Squib are doing a chat tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know
man.
if
I
they're
jumped
still going or
over.
not.
There
I
you go.
jumped over on that squib chat earlier. And I was like, man, thank goodness my grandkids ain't standing around right now.
I was there for a little bit.
But it looked like they were having fun. So anyway, I'll get hold of Mark. He had to jump off a while ago, and let him know. Oh man, Woods is throwing out some more here, man. Leonard part 6, Teen Wolf 2, paramedics. Man, there's a lot of great shows out there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like, we got rid of our satellite dish completely. We are just on free antenna. I bought the TiVo box or whatever that I can record, the regular TV shows on, and I record like a lot of the old shows. There's so many of them out there you can watch for free. And so, I've been doing that. And of course, we can still get, the NFL football games or whatever, most of the time on a lot of those. And so I got thinking, it's like a lot of the shows out today on regular TV and stuff, the sitcoms or whatever, I wasn't watching them. I mean, it's just, politically correct this, politically correct that, just, everything. And so with the help of, these other YouTubers and stuff, me going on YouTube more and watching YouTube and, turning off the TV and actually watching YouTube, a lot of these great gun shows and stuff. These people, that is what, made my mind up to start my own channel. I wanted to do some fun entertainment of doing what I enjoy doing, which, guns is a big part of it. And, just make some content, for people to go over and watch, hopefully have a laugh or two, So anyway, I hope there's more people out there that, put, content out there that's just really enjoyable. I know everybody that I follow and watch, I'm doing it because I enjoy it, and it's just so much better entertainment and, knowledge and stuff than what I can get off the TV. So anyway, with that being said, let's go around the room tonight here and plug your channel and anything you got to say. So Elliot, we'll start with you, buddy.
Hey, appreciate the invite, man. I'm honored that you had me on.
Glad to have you, buddy.
Yeah, great to be here with you guys. I'm going to start Thursday night. I may start at 9. I did 9 o'clock's time slot a while back, but I'm kind of forced to this time. So my show will be at probably 9 p.m. on Thursday night. I don't know if I'll stick with that time, but I'm going to try it for a while to see if it works. And I'm going to do some, I don't know if any of you all caught MacMan today, reloading on his live. Yeah, I'm going to do some of that because I got a 650 here. I just don't usually do stuff on it, but I'm going to do a little of that, a little T7 and tutorials here and there. And a beginning reloading. I'm going to get a Lee turret. Hopefully I'll get that in a couple of weeks. And speaking of watching TV, I watch YouTube all the time. I'm on every gun channel. Chris is everywhere I go on the big screen. I just lay back and click. I hardly ever. I don't even pay satellite anymore. I gave that up. I got tired of spending all that money.
The power of smart TVs is wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got a new Sony. It's got its software. I got it hooked up to the internet. Then I got Roku, so I switch back and forth. What one don't give me, I'll go to the other platform on the same TV. But check my show out. Glad to be here. I appreciate the invite, man. Good to see you all.
Betcha. Thank you so much, Elliot, for coming on tonight. I really appreciate you, buddy. And speaking of TVs, man, there's all kinds of great specials out there. So if you are looking for a TV, check it out, because I've seen some wonderful specials on TVs. I mean, we don't need one right now, but oh my goodness, it's awful tempting not to go buy another one right now.
I got a Hillbilly. I bought a 65-inch Sony with the XR processor for $9.99 at Costco, under $1,000.
Wow.
At $1,000. 5-year warranty free. They discounted the extended warranty, so I don't even have to worry about nothing on that.
Wow. All right.
I wished I bought a gun, but it is what it is.
Glad to have you on tonight, Elliot.
Thank you,
Bubba,
man.
what you got coming up? Anything you want to plug on your channel and stuff? And if you haven't went over and seen Bubba's channel, it's a great channel. I've really enjoyed it. He's just a great down-to-earth person. He's just himself. And, I just really enjoy it. He recently talking about a new gun you just got. I enjoyed that. So hopefully you're going to have more videos on that one.
I'll check your channel out, Bubba.
I'm not going to plug myself. I'll plug somebody else, though.
I don't like plugging myself. I feel weird doing it.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't really fit in the socket too well. And anyway, I digress. But no, I'll plug Boomstick, of course. I'll always plug him. Boomstick, Mark Thomas, Hamilton Outdoors. Rob Hamilton over there is a good friend of mine. He's another Kentucky boy. And Rob from Firearms Addict. So go check them out. Also CW. I'll plug them guys. I ain't going to plug myself.
Yeah, and speaking of that, keep CW in your prayers for a fast healing and everything, that he'll be back up and around. He just had knee surgery, and so hope that all goes well for him.
His wife has also got some issues too.
Yeah. So anyway, Chris, what you got coming up, buddy? You just been cranking the videos out. They're all great, man. If anybody on here right now or watching the recording of this hasn't gone to Chris from 740's channel, go over there, do yourself a favor, subscribe. He puts out great content constantly.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. First, I want to congratulate you on the 500 subs. I saw that today. That was pretty exciting. So,
Oh, thank you, buddy.
You deserve it, man. I'm glad to have you in the community, hanging out with us. I love your channel, and it's been a great weekend. I mean, Elliot and I were on Georgia Shooting Connection last night together, and on here tonight together. Elliot was one of the very first people I ever started streaming with, so it's always a great time talking with him. And I just found Bubba's channel today because Bubba actually tagged me in a video, and it popped up on my phone, and I was like, who's Bubba? And I'm like, okay. So I went over and saw it, and then he put the video out on the Dagger a little later, and I watched that video, and I was like, I like this guy. So it was really great getting to meet you today, Bubba. And
nice meeting you.
I appreciate the shout out over on your channel, and looking forward to what you got coming up. And other than that, really the only thing I'm going to plug is this Wednesday night, I'm going to have all the guys from the Georgia Shooting Connection back on the show Wednesday night. I haven't had them on for about a month or so, and just looking forward to sitting down, having a fun conversation with all those guys. And that's it. I want to thank the side chat out there. I enjoy everybody out there. They're great supporters of my channel and your channel. And it was cool seeing Jeff and Boom and Bald and Mark Thomas and G and everybody out there tonight. This is a great time. Thank you for inviting me.
Great side chat.
I appreciate you coming on so much, all of you guys. And also, Bubba, of what Chris said, you did that shout out for my channel and Chris and Gene from the Hot Pot. And man, I appreciate that, buddy. That was very nice of you and considerate, and appreciate it a lot. That's a great community here of great people, guys and gals. I mean, it's just great to be a part of. So, anyway, we'll end this show here. And I just want to say thank you for the panel, to everybody that's been on the side chat and everything. And I just want to say this is American Hillbilly. And remember, God, family, and country. And make someone's day better, will you? And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise, I'll be seeing you again. I love you, Hillbilly Nation.
Great side chat. Night.